Going on, everybody? Make sure the stream is running up good before I get going. Hope everybody's doing good. Everybody hear me good? Yeah, if you have any questions, make sure you're in the YouTube chat. Let me just post this on my Instagram. The reason why I'm going to make this public is I don't want people gambling and losing for FOMC. I want to make sure everybody's on the same page. So let me just post this on my Instagram. Just give me a few seconds. And then we'll get into a lot of stuff. Let's see. How's everybody trading so far? Any trades? Long, short, wins, losses? Let me know. You're already green for the day? I am heard twice. Everybody hear me good? Yeah, pretty choppy as expected. Pretty choppy as expected. I mean, a lot of participants sit sidelines waiting for the Fed rate. They wait for Powell. They wait for the conference. On top of this, we have earnings today into tomorrow, but I'll get into all of that. Let me just finish posting this. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Everybody all good? All right, cool. Everybody hear me good? I hear some people saying they can't hear. They hear me twice. Some people saying it's good. Just let me know before I get going. All good? All right, cool. Okay, so first things first, let's get into... So I don't really look at news too often. I'm not very big into fundamental analysis. And I think that's a very good benefit of the investor trade community because my good friend Dylan is into fundamentals. He looks at the rates. He looks at all different fundamental analysis to back the bigger macro picture of the market. And having somebody like me who's more of a short-term trader and somebody like him who is more of a macro, larger time frame, fundamental picture, when you combine the two, it's very powerful, especially when they're both in sync. So any real fundamental aspects to trading is honestly something that I do not put so much focus into. I don't really care so much about news, in my opinion. And again, a common theme is what works for me versus what doesn't. And I have success without caring about the news or understanding what it means to the longer term picture. All I truly care about with what I trade is what's happening in front of me at this moment right now. I don't care what the outlook is going to be in 2 months from now. I'm a short-term trader and I care what I'm seeing right in front of my face right now. So let's just say the Fed decision comes out, which is, what time is it? 1:45. It's coming out in 15 minutes. And then we got the conference where Powell's going to be speaking at 2:30. So we usually get a move at 2 o'clock and then another move by 2:30. But the way I look at it is no matter what happens, whether you have a larger term, a longer time frame outlook on the market, is I'm going to be able to spot clues on the short term picture of what the market is currently giving me in the present moment, and that might relate to something that's going to be influential in the future. So no matter what, if somebody has an outlook, let's just say the market rallies on the Fed rate, and I don't know, we spot sellers, 100 points higher, then that could be a clue that someone with a longer term outlook on the market might be selling at the highs. So no matter what, someone has to put an order in the market, whether they have a short term or a long term outlook on the market, and we're going to see that in the present moment. So I think it's very important whether you trade long term.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Siri's always listening. Whether you trade long term or short term, looking at the present moment is going to be the best thing you could ever do. You don't care about the future. You don't care about the past. So right now, 15 minutes before, or 13 minutes now before 2 o'clock, I'm not looking to get into any position, have any risk on. The market might go up. The market might go down. And I'm not going to sit here to put myself in a position where I'm gambling because I cannot predict if it's going to go up or I cannot predict if it's going to go down. Now, there are other strategies you could use to gain on a move up or a move down with options. That's not so much in my expertise. But looking at the news, I always go on marketwatch.com. You could really look at whatever you want. People woke up today and they're like, what news is coming out? And it's very important to know possible scenarios. And obviously the Fed fund rate, anything with Powell, the Fed, today, that's very, very important to look out for. So I use MarketWatch. It doesn't matter what you use. News is news no matter where you get it from. But we also, on top of all this news, we have, pull this up here, we got earnings. We got Facebook or Meta after the close today, and we got Amazon and Apple after the close tomorrow. We had AMD yesterday, so on top of the Fed, now we have earnings. Now you all know what happens with earnings. The market, the stock makes a large move and a longer term outlook depending on the stock, which heavily influences the S&P 500. On top of all of this, we have earnings that are going to influence the price. So we have a lot of economic scenarios that are out of our control. No one could guess what's going to happen. No one could guess the numbers, and you shouldn't try to do that. So when you see something like this on an intraday level, now you're trading intraday, you're looking to capitalize on a move today, whether it be today, tomorrow, Friday, you want to play very cautiously. Now, not going to sit here and say there aren't high quality setups before this, but I see a lot of beginner traders that do not have experience with certain markets. A lot of traders who don't have experience with certain markets, they might be sitting here right now listening to me saying, okay, this is my first FOMC meeting. I don't know what's going to happen. And if you don't know what's going to happen or you don't expect something to happen, just sit sidelines and don't trade it. Use your experience of watching the market's fluctuations as a learning lesson. Think of your brain as a muscle, right? So everybody wants to go to the gym. They want to get stronger. They want to get, bigger, look better. It's the same thing in the market, but on a subconscious level. If you sit in front of the screens every day, watching the market do certain things, maybe not do certain things, seeing volume come in, your brain's like a muscle, and subconsciously, you're building strength in your brain, which is going to enable you to be stronger with the markets and make better decisions. So if you are a beginner trader or you struggle trading FOMC or you take large losses with it, sit sidelines. You don't got to force a trade. There will be a large move coming, and no one could predict that large move at all. Let's see what else we got here. So going into today, we'll just zoom out here. Yesterday was a very low volume on the S&P specifically. A low volume grindy move up. Didn't really offer any valid pullbacks, especially into like a demand zone or a key level. It was just a consistent move up on low volume. And for me personally, I'll be straight up honest. I find days like this extremely hard to read. Yeah, the trend was up, and you know you're gonna have some people saying, "Oh, this was so easy." You know, I made 50,000 yesterday. I find days like this where the volume is very, very weak and lacking volatility and a straight move up or a straight move down, very difficult. That if you did not get in the morning, I find it very difficult to find the valid entry point at some point later in the day. Not only is it lower volume, but it also doesn't really provide solid pullbacks or dips to get long into. Also, when the volume is low, the worst thing that you could do is look to long a high or a high day breakout when the conditions really don't fit that type of strategy. So I find days like yesterday extremely hard to read personally. And then today, I'll even pull up the plan so everybody could see it. So if you are a member of the community, I post these every single day. You all know that. If you are not, this is the plan today. So I did not want to post a very detailed plan because, like I said, you will see a large move coming. Whether it be today, whether it be tomorrow with the earnings. A large move will be coming and it's unpredictable. If someone here is trying to predict the move, you're gonna get run over and you're gambling. You got better odds going to the casino. So the plan today, which was not detailed at all, I told everybody that a large move is coming. Do not swing for a home run. And for me to the upside, we had this 4091 area of supply. It was kind of a larger zone that actually we triggered at it yesterday, right over here. A larger zone, which I wanted to see the market break above 4116. As above this level, the next area of supply is going to be around 4148, 4184. Now that's going to lead us into our further analysis a little later on. This level of supply is very, very key, directly overhead. So essentially, I wanted to see a breakout above this, but due to the conditions, it's very unlikely to see a large move. And I expect to chop low volume and low volatility. And to the downside, we have levels of demand that if we fail at this supply zone, we had 4040. Now, if you've been watching my videos, if you follow me on Instagram, this has been a level we've been watching for the past week and a half or so. Essentially, what I'm watching now post FOMC is if we get a reaction to the downside, usually it's going to be way more than 40 points. I mean, 40 points is very minimal to what we normally do see on large moves like this. So, you know, the levels that you have close to price, because some people are going to have levels, let's just say, you know, they're going to have a supply zone right here, and they think the market's going to react to that post FOMC. Post FOMC, you know, we're going to get a large move. I don't know how large of a move, but if it's, you know, 10, 20 points away, most likely it's going to get invalidated. So at this point now, what I want to do is I want to focus on quality zones. What I mean by quality zones is zones that have either worked out before or zones near a high or a low that play a significant role in the market. A zone that, let's just say, is in the middle of the range, maybe not so much of a nice consolidation range, or something that's not so key, is not something I'm very keen to or want to put my focus on post FOMC. So to the downside, I think this 4040 to 4027 on the E-mini futures is not going to hold. I do not expect this to hold. Can it hold? Absolutely. But is it something I'm expecting? No. What's more important to me is this 3898 area of demand. And I'm going to go to a higher time frame chart. Zoom in a little bit. And directly below this at 3989, we have a smaller zone at 3952. Not very important to me. As I said, it's in the middle of the range. Decent consolidation range. But what's more important to me, to the downside, is this 3914, which I think it's like 3912. I have to go back and check that zone. I don't think it's 3914. And 3898. Now, again, that's almost 200 points away. But this is the most important downside level post earnings, post FOMC. And to the upside, 4148, 4184 and 4207 to the upside is a very important upside level. Now, levels are levels. Sometimes they could act as support, sometimes they could act as resistance, sometimes they could act as demand, sometimes they could act as supply. I don't know what's going to happen if we rally up to 4148. All I know is it's an area of interest, and it was an area at some point in the past, which I will actually go back to, that the market has rejected very well at this 4148 level, 4184. This was actually on CPI data, I think in December. So we rejected this zone very nice, and I keep it on my chart. It's a key zone. The sell is definitely present here, not only because the zone formed, but also the next time we tested this area, we found sellers and we rejected from that level. So it becomes a key area of supply. Now fast forward it even more, which I don't even think it's going to be in this range. We have 4184 and 4207. At this point in the day, this demand zone we're in, I'm not interested in taking a long off of it because we moved, far into the zone, and we also had demand a little lower inside of that level. But now we just sit and wait. FOMC comes out 3 minutes. It's 1:57 currently. No reason to swing for a home run. Today's a day for capital preservation, especially if you don't have experience trading this. It's very easy to blow your account, especially if you trade options. The big gains are nice. You might see people all over the internet. Oh, I just made 100,000 today long in SPX calls. Nothing wrong with it, right? But it gives the wrong impression to other people who are trying to hit these home runs that don't have experience. And it's much easier to blow your account than it is to grow it, especially trading same day expirations on a day we're going to get a large move. You could go either way, play levels, and if the market doesn't react to your level, wait for another opportunity. So that's pretty much where I'm going to leave you all off at. Let me know if you want me to keep Bookmap on my screen for FOMC. I'm actually going to mute my mic for the decision. And I'm going to shut my camera off for a few minutes. Would you guys want me? Let me know in the comments. You want me to keep Bookmap and the chart up? Or would you want one or the other? Keep both up? I'll keep both up. Let me go to I'll go to a 1 minute chart. Let me fix this zone a little bit too. It's annoying me. And then I'll keep Bookmap up. So everything you see on Bookmap, every green bubble is an aggressive market buy order, and every red bubble is an aggressive market sell order. You're going to see a large move, you're going to see a fast tape, and you're going to see an illiquid. Actually, watch this. So I guarantee you that the book thinned up prior to news. The book extremely gets thin. As you can see, we're getting very, very thin right now. That's what causes a very large move. So I'm going to mute my mic. I will be back in a few seconds here. All right. Let me move this. Okay, so let's just say you short now. You see the market coming down, you short that, right? Imagine you shorting at the lows and you see this little 20-point move up right now. The move usually causes an initial reaction, and then we usually get a reversal after the initial announcement. So it's a quarter hike, 0.25. So after news like this, a little tip is to keep an eye on the dollar, the US dollar. Keep an eye on the US dollar. Yeah, there's not much of a reaction just yet. I guess they're waiting for Powell. So like I said, usually we see a reaction out of that, and then another reaction from the original reaction. So this is not anything significant just yet, and also it's not at a level of interest. So I don't want to be repetitive, but I only trade when a level of interest triggers. So right now we're just moving up, we're moving down. You're gambling if you trade this. Absolutely, you can make money off of it, right? But everything about trading is repeatability. And making a nice little 5-point profit on this right now. What's the edge behind it? I always look at like what's the edge. But yeah, this is a very small reaction. I mean, only what, 25 points? Yeah, 25 points. And what people are going to do is they're going to see the market come down, right? Let's just say on the first little 1 minute candle, they're going to see it come down. They're going to short that. And guess what happens? The next candle, it moves up. They stop out. It's whipsaw right now, and you're gambling trading this reaction. I always look at is the market at a level of interest. If it's not, what's the point behind trading it? And I don't have a plan for this right now. The Fed is going to continue to raise rates. Yeah, premiums are getting crushed right now. Yeah, premiums are very, very expensive. 44. Yeah, 25 basis. I don't think the basis is a real problem right now because the rates are historically high. But this is not the reaction you'd want to see in the market. You'd want to see a bigger reaction. Why look at the dollar? Let me see. So the dollar right now is rallying. So I don't use the dollar much in my analysis, but most of the time a very strong dollar puts pressure on equities, um, which also puts more pressure on the S&P. But yeah, you're gonna get thrown around trading this. A move is coming. Just give it more time to develop. Market is waiting Powell. Nasdaq. Let's see Nasdaq. Yeah, Nasdaq is. Let's see what other equities are doing. I like always scanning through the list. Nasdaq is starting to move up. The S&P is also starting to move up. Um, but I have a little rule of thumb that I don't like trading this until 2:30 comes when Powell starts to speak. That's just my rule of thumb. What's the level of interest mean? So I have a two-step process with my trading. Number one is identifying levels of interest, whether it be support, resistance, supply, demand, just something that's giving me structure. Maybe it's something off a volume profile. Whatever the case may be, is it's an area of interest on the chart. And then what I do is I once the market comes up to that level of interest, I use some and other order flow tools to confirm that, let's just say we're coming into an area of interest, 4091 supply, which at this current moment, 20 minutes before 2:30, and Powell begins to speak, is not a level I'm interested in shorting at, to be honest. Um, I want to see a little bit of a bigger move to fade that bigger move. But above this 4091, we could see a large rally. But let's see what Powell's got to say. Whenever he opens up his lips, he's got some magic to the market. And then my two-step process is confirming the trade with some type of tool indicating that buyers and sellers are at my level of interest. So now we got equities like Tesla, which has not really made a large move just yet. Apple, same thing. AMD. So nothing really piques my interest just yet. Yeah, if you're trading options on this move, um, you're asking to get destroyed on theta. A quick, strong little push up is going to jack up the IV on those premiums. So watch this. I'll go to SPX. I'll play, I don't know, at the money calls. Pull this up here. So at the money SPX calls, which are extremely expensive. I mean, one contract's going to cost you $2,000 right now. So let's just say you buy one contract, you see the thing going up, going near the high a day, right? You see it breaking out, you're like, okay, this thing's going to break the high. Let me get in long for no other reason, just because I see it going up, which again is improper to do. You get in long just because you see the market coming up. And let me pull up these SPX. Now you get long SPX calls at 22 bucks. And then a minute later, these things go to 19 bucks. And now your $2,200 is now at $1,900. You just lost 300 bucks in a matter of a minute, even though the market is at the same exact spot. The premiums will get crushed buying into implied volatility moves or strong moves which increase the IV, which is common for retail traders to do on balanced conditions. It's common for a lot of retail traders not understanding we're in a balanced condition or inside of a middle of a range. They buy a breakout when the premium is juiced up. It looks good, then they get dumped on, and then they got to sell it for a 30-40% loss in a 2-minute period just because they bought, when the premiums were juiced up. Yeah, Bookmap is free on ThinkorSwim. Try it for free. Yeah, it's a good tool for sure. What I like about Bookmap, and this is only for the standalone platform, is I get to record. I don't trade off of Bookmap, but I get to record the data off of it. And I have a lot of files now that I could go back and after today review, the file of today and see what happened at what prices and, how I could have traded it or if I did trade it, I could review what it looked like at that moment that I entered at it. So that's a really good, I guess, perk of Bookmap. But yeah, on ThinkorSwim, you could get it on ThinkorSwim. Just contact support. You can get it for free. If you like it, you think it's worth the investment after trying it for free, the standalone is definitely worth the investment for sure. I also have a discount code for the standalone, but I recommend trying it for free first. Yeah, I mean, there's not much I could say right now. So this is what I tell Trade members all the time. I tell them I could sit here and act like, oh, there's a great setup happening right now, and if you feel that way, take it, But a lot of people will be like, trying to make it seem like something's really going on when there's not much going on, which is the truth. A lot of people will make the grass look a lot greener than it actually is. And right now, there's really not much going on. So my main levels of interest, since some people probably have hopped on here a little late, my main levels of interest, and I could trade it long or short. I could use zones as targets. It doesn't really matter. To the upside, the most important area for me is 4148, 4184 and around 4200. That's only about 100 points away, 75 points for the lower balance, the lower portion of that area. It's multiple zones, which I just combined into one, all based off of multiple periods. But I'm not going to sit here and try to predict. In my opinion, and actually I don't want anybody taking a trade because of this, based off of what I see right now, this is a very crucial area of interest that the market will have a reaction up or down at this area for sure. To the downside, the most important level, which is still kind of far away, is 3914. It's about 160 points away. And 3989 is a little more key below that. But I think if we start failing here below 4091 and start moving lower, it may interest me to start playing short, targeting 4040 and then 4027. But I need to have a solid reason. And just because I see the market coming down or coming up is not a solid reason to enter. Every single trade you need to take has to have a solid reason for entering. If you enter and you cannot give me one, let's call it 2 to 3 confirmations why you entered it, other than the market coming up or down, or you spotted momentum coming in, then if you can't give me 2 or 3 reasons, you don't have a trade to be valid enough to put on. It's as simple as that. You do not have a valid trade to put on. Do you guys want me to, when Powell starts talking, you want me to play that? All right. So somebody asks, is he actually going to trade today or is he just going to talk? Well, if you've been watching the live stream, you're going to know exactly how I'm going to trade it and what I'm looking out for. And you would have heard me say not trade. Don't trade just because you see the market coming up or down. Right? Remember that example I told you earlier? Imagine you got long SPY up here at the highs because you saw it coming up. These premiums are now they went to a low of 15 bucks on the sell-off. 22 to 15 is how much of a percent? 32% in 5 minutes if you long SPY just because you saw it coming up. If somebody has a reason to enter right now, just let me know. I want to see how people's viewpoints are of why I should enter long or short right now. Let me know in the comments. Seriously. I actually really I would like to hear other people's view of the market and their opinion of maybe where it could head, or a reason why someone should enter long or short at this moment. I would love to hear that. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys some advice because I see a lot of mixed viewpoints, and I like seeing it. If trading is as easy as I could teach my 85-year-old grandma to do it, then most likely the strategy, hate to say it, is not going to be reliable. If it's so easy to spot and it's so obvious, the reliability of however you trade, honestly, just my viewpoint of the market, being completely honest, that strategy is not going to be reliable at all. Oh, you guys are funny. Ongoing rates will be appropriate. So listen to me. When I think it's vital for you to review your journal and see what part of the day is it on a day we get FOMC. See when you trade the best and when you trade the worst. I see a lot of traders. It happens to me sometimes. I try to force a setup, stepping in front of the momentum or fading a move or buying continuation after a major news article only to get dumped on thereafter. Your job as a trader is to spot the non-obvious before it becomes obvious, if that makes sense. So if something looks really, really good to you and you think it's a good time to enter, most likely it's not a good time to enter. It's when you think less and you don't think it's a good time to enter, but you still have valid confirmation, then it probably is going to be a good time to enter. So it's spotting the non-obvious before it becomes obvious. Yeah, see, if you could list 2 or 3 confirmations you have, nothing wrong with taking a trade if it's a winner or a loser. It's never a bad thing. So I guess the market really is waiting for Powell. Yeah, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. I mean, I've been on this live stream for how long? 30 minutes already? 40 minutes? It's been that long already? Shit. And the market is literally at the same price that it's been since I've been on here. Oh, another thing too is that I love this consolidation. I really do love it because the move after this consolidation, up or down, I could guarantee you on a higher time frame chart. I'm just gonna go to like a 4-hour, let's just say, or I'll go to I don't know, 1 hour. This consolidation right here, when we do or if we do get a large move, is gonna form a solid supplier demand zone. So actually, I want to go back. Let's go to I don't know, a 4-hour chart. Okay, so I believe no, it wasn't this day. One of the days we had FOMC, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to find it. This formed supply over here, and if I drag this all the way forward, this is where, let me see. This is exactly where, if I extend this to 2024, supply zone over here, when the market sold off aggressively, off of news, this is exactly where the market rejected in December. So usually these big news releases that cause some volatility and nice movement in the market formulates a solid supply and demand zone that gives a better opportunity at some point in the future. So if you don't take a trade off of it, it will present another opportunity at some point in the future. Just be prepared for it. Can I explain what VWAP is and how it helps you? I actually have a video on my channel about VWAP. There's obviously one in the course as well. I definitely recommend checking that out. So you could tell when the market's just awaiting news, when the book gets thin. What I mean by that is look at the level two. When the size gets small on the offer and the bids, that's how you know participants are waiting, sitting sidelined, and waiting for a larger move. So the book got extremely thin before 2 o'clock, and I'm sure it's going to get thin when Powell starts to speak. Last meeting was December 13th. Let's see. No, I don't know about that. Oh, December 13th and 14th. I don't know about that. I'll be honest with you guys. I do not know how to play this video without the sound echoing. I do not know how to play the sound without it echoing. Powell's going to start moving those lips. When he moves those lips, the market moves. So I'll post a link if you want to watch it in the chat. Yeah, I just pinned it in the chat comments if you want to watch it. Let me I want to actually listen to this when he begins to talk. So I'm going to mute my mic again and listen to it. I'll keep the chart on the screen though. Yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic. I just want to listen to this, and I know it's gonna echo bad if I do.
continues to weaken, largely reflecting higher.
Just remain patient. Market really has not made a move yet. We're still inside of the middle of the range. If you can't sit on your hands and be disciplined, I don't know how you can make money in the long run. Let me see. So imagine you shorted those lows right there. Keep an eye on the dollar. As I said earlier, keep an eye on the dollar. Yeah, let me get back to listening to this because they're going to start doing Q&As. And this is going to probably move the market right here. Okay, here's what I'm watching. When I get back to the Q&A, though, we have supply, which tops out at 4110. If I zoom out here, the high of this supply zone is at 4110. A lot of traders are going to be looking to long the market above this high. What I want to see, if I am bullish, is the market get above this and for it to act as support. I cannot be bullish on this rally just yet. I want to be bullish, but on a technical standpoint, I simply cannot be bullish. I need to see it above 4110 to 4116. Now, longing such a move right now is, in my opinion, a gamble. You need to see the dust settle and some stabilization. You need to see some consolidation. I can't just long it because we're up near the highs over here. I need to see some consolidation or stabilization, and I still cannot be bullish below that high and 4116. It's just impossible, but I will be watching for continuation if that does validate for a larger move into 4148 supply. And if I get long prior to that, that would be a target. It's too premature and too early to get long at this moment. Let me get back to the Q&A though. Okay, as I mentioned, this 4110 level to about 4116 is a previous high. This is a good area where a lot of traders stop orders are going to be, and where a lot of traders are going to be looking to long the market. For me to play long up here, I need to see some stabilization. I cannot long a 75-point rally to the upside, because where would my risk be at this point? If I'm looking to get long right now, right? And again, it could work. But from a risk perspective, if I am long up here, where is my stop loss? It is way too low for a risk perspective. So what I'm going to want to see here is stabilization. I'm going to see the market come up. I would love to see consolidation for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, some type of consolidation, finding acceptance above 4110 to 4090. If we can get this and consolidate, then it would give me structure to base a long off of, and then I would use that as an area to get in long, targeting 4148 supply. That's what I'm looking forward to, and that's my current game plan. But longing something up here, although it very can well work, and it is working right now, just does not fit my trading plan or my style, because I'm more gambling at this point rather than trading with the odds in my favor. Now, remember what I said earlier about the dollar. Look at the weakness in the dollar. When we see this weakness in the dollar, you want to see it correspond with other equities rising, putting more pressure to the upside on the S&P 500. The dollar has recently broke below its little consolidation area since the middle of January. Now we're moving lower towards a pivot low, which we recently broke. The nearest level below this is 101 and then 100. This is where we can possibly see some stabilization. And we also have VIX, which I'm going to pull the VIX up right here, coming into $19, which is demand. So with these factors, I cannot chase this rally to the upside right here. You can make money off of it. You could profit off of it. But are you gambling, or are you following your plan and following your edge? And if you're not following your plan or following your edge and you made money off of it, you cannot repeat that process in the long run. So this is what I'm watching going forward, and I would love to see that for an entry to get long, using the supply zone above at 4148 as a target. That's what I'm watching. Okay, if we were to look at this now, look at the tape, right? Now look at Bookmap. What we're going to see here is at 4125, we're going to see 3,300 lots, which hit the offer aggressively, yet the market could not break above this. What this indicates is passive sellers were more aggressive, that served as a wall where aggressive buyers cannot break above this wall at 4125. This is why we're selling off lower below it. We have a lot of now trapped longs and a large seller sitting at the high at 3,300. This most likely will get broken at some point today or some point in the near future, because this is basically unfinished business now near the highs. There's a very large 3,300 lot aggressive buy order that this most likely will get break. Here we go, breaking right now above it. See 3,300 lots? My thesis remains the same. All right, so for everybody that I see saying, let's just say this market comes down, all the shorts are going to be like, "Oh, I told you so." Or let's say the market goes up, all the longs are going to be like, "Oh, I told you so." This was the easiest setup. The question is do you have a plan and did you follow that plan? You all know my plan. I'm not going to repeat it again, but I only trade if my plan triggers. It's as simple as that. And I think the best setup at this point, if we go up, if we go down, whatever the case may be, is waiting for the dust to settle. Powell is still talking. I pinned the link if you want to hear him talk. It's very interesting. I recommend everybody to listen to him. He's got some good things to say. It's in the pinned comment of this live stream. I recommend everybody to go and listen to that. And I'll get back on here and talk once he stops talking. We are making our way up to 4148 supply. As I said, this is going to be a magnet to price. There's massive absorption going on right now at 4130, very similar to what we saw at 4125. 4,000 lots again at 4130. In my opinion, it's a true seller looking to get out of maybe a long position or enter a new short position. But we are on our way to 4148 supply. Same thing again at 4135. You see that? 1900 lots hit the offer, yet price cannot break above that. Same thing happened at 4130. Same thing happened at 4125. Very, very interesting observation right here. Actually, extremely interesting. Let's see if we see that again at 4140. We're going to pull back and test 4131 again. It's inevitable. This little area right here. We're going to pull back into this 4130, 4131, 4130 again. Let's see if we get this another 5-point little algo again at 4140. As I mentioned earlier, 4148 is going to act like a magnet to price. It's where the market has rejected before. Took SPY calls, followed your plan. Awesome. Awesome. As I said, that consolidation around 4116 was vital. You cannot long a straight move up like we saw. You need to see consolidation. Exactly. Nah, never wish you still were long. Just follow your plan. And if you have FOMO, if you didn't take that little consolidation at 4116, as I said, don't chase this move all the way up here now because you missed the move. Yeah, don't chase the move because you missed it or you see other people taking it. $4116 was been in the pre-market plan since this morning. Similar situation, as I said earlier. If you joined late and you didn't hear what I said earlier, is you cannot long such an extended move. Just like our long entry earlier, it was what I was explaining above 4116. You need to see that here. But this is not an important level like this was earlier, this yellow oval that's been here. A lot of people have FOMO, they enter at the highs and it dips down. You need to see this consolidation as I explained earlier. And this 4148 is acting like a magnet. Yeah, if you didn't make any trades, it's not a big deal at all. I don't advise playing FOMC either. I never advise playing it, especially if you are a beginner. Yeah, this is very interesting to see. 4125, 4130, and 4135. Very, very interesting. Already got your 20 points? Awesome. Awesome. Took 65% off the high, made up your loss. Love hearing that. Tesla is squeezing. $605 profit. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so now moving forward, this 4125 to 4135 area is going to be very, very important. Very important area. $1,700 profit. Good stuff. Okay, this is the next area, 4125, 4135. We've broke below it. Now we're reclaiming inside of it. If we can see similar action to what we saw over here earlier, I will be interested in another long targeting 4148. Remember, we want this 4148 to act like a magnet. We held this level very, very well. 4135, 4125. We need that one more strong push up. There's that strong push up past the high. Lots of people who got short earlier, stop losses are going to be above the high. So how I'm going to manage this trade now is a failed high at daybreak and a move back into this 4135 level that I mentioned earlier that I would like to see us hold, consolidate, and we did that very perfectly for an entry long, targeting 4148. What I'm going to do now is my target is 4148, as I've explained, but if we fail to hit it and move back into this range, I'll protect myself and get out for a smaller win. But we're only a point away from the supply zone, which is our target. I hope some of you are taking this. I don't think I could have explained it perfect. I said pull back, reclaim this 4125, 4135 level, take it long, targeting 4148. So I'm looking to sell into strength here at 4148. I don't want to sell right away. I want to capitalize on a larger move. If I see slowdown, that is when I will exit. This is how I could get a larger win than anticipated. We're not seeing weakness just yet. If I see a period of slowdown, then I will get out. I don't think I could have explained that entry better than I did. I even highlighted it on both charts. So we keep pushing up. I want to see the strength continue. Our target was 4148. I'm looking to capitalize on a larger rally now here. Still absolutely no reason to get out full position. What I would recommend doing is if you got an entry like me at this yellow circle to maybe sell 75% of it into weakness. When we start moving up and start slowing down, then maybe look to scale. But this is how you could capitalize on a larger move. My original target was 4148, but I have no reason to sell because the market is very, very strong right here. Absolutely no reason. And just like that, we're able to capitalize on an extra 10 points, 12 points. And no, do not chase it long up here. And no, do not short this yet. We're in long and we're using this area as a target. I've sold 90% of my position up here. 90%. And I'll have 10% remaining in case we want to dip lower and then bounce or move higher. It's as simple as that. Still, absolutely no reason to panic just yet. We're up 30 points from where we got in at, right? 30 points is a lot. And people are looking to chase the market long up here that missed the entry earlier. protect yourself, scale out into weakness or slow down on the tape, right? So that way your trade could be a win-win. If we pull back, you're still going to stop out in profit. If we keep going up, you're going to make even more profit. I mean, just look at the buying on the tape right here. Yeah, the next area of supply is 4184. Do I honestly think we could get there in the next 20 minutes? I'm not going to say yes, but I'm not going to say no. But I'm just going to ride this momentum and ride this trend. I have no reason to sell the next 10%. There's absolutely no reason to FOMO chase this right now. Oh, I missed my entry. Learn something from it. Yeah, I don't think I could have made it any more clear than that is. I don't know how people missed that entry. All right, I'm out the remainder. I am out the remainder. 10% remainder. Could it keep going up? Absolutely. But my original plan was to sell at 4148. Nice trade. Nice two trades. Sold at 4148. Biggest, calmest trade you've ever taken. Nice job, Ty. Nice job, buddy. $230 profit. Good stuff. Good stuff. Most profit you've had since joining? Awesome. Listen, I just realized my face was not on this whole time. Okay, move this over here. Move that over there. Yeah, I was just simple analysis. I marked it out on both charts and said the plan. Bro, $6,000 day. The mental game up so strong since joining. Good job. $1,400 profit, 600%. A lot of people just paid the course with this trade. Yeah. So listen, there's 1,600 people on this live stream right now. If I say everybody get in long or everybody get in short right now, and I say, okay, everybody just buy, everybody just sell, first of all, the reliability and the validity of that position is not going to be worth it, and it's not going to work. If everybody, 1,600 people in here, let's just say, are buying at the same time, it's just not going to work. Took a few setups, up around $2,200 for the day. Yeah, I'm no longer in this position. No longer. Everybody's waiting for me to tell them, oh, get in long right now, right here. If I did that and all 1,600 people in here did that, my setup would not work out. But I stated exactly what I'm watching. If this happens, then we're going to get this. And some people are too trigger shy to actually buy and sell without somebody else telling them to do so. Just have a plan and stick to the plan. If you got to go back and watch the live stream and hear what my plan was, do it. $33,000 last month, best month ever. Find your edge, execute. Left a big chunk on the table. Listen, follow your plan, have a plan, follow that plan, and there's no, oh, I missed out on it or I could have made X amount of dollars. Where I sold my full position, the market could have went up another 10, 20 points. And yeah, it's kind of frustrating seeing that, but what if it's dipping down and I didn't sell it? And I wouldn't be saying, oh, I could have made this amount more. I'd be saying, oh, good sell right here, Carmine. Just have a plan. There's no such thing as leaving money on the table. Did you follow your plan or did you not? You took a 4055 to 4150. Biggest move you've ever had in your 3 years, Will. Course is the real deal. Appreciate you, Will. I'm just going through all the comments now. When I was in this trade, to be honest, $660 profit. Good stuff. Good stuff. I love seeing people win. Okay. So let me just go over something really fast. Um, Okay, this 4148 supply zone. No, I do have an interest to short. That's my problem. That is my problem right now. Is I do have an interest to short. Wasabi. Yeah, I do have an interest to short. Why am I angry? I'm not angry. We just took two really good trades. $3,000 profit. Yeah, market closes in 9 minutes. I'll be honest. I do want to short this 4148 level. Um, but I'd rather wait maybe until tomorrow. This is a key level that has been on watch for the past 3 or 4 months. Yeah, this is such a key level of supply. Scenario number one from the pre-market plan. Strong break above 4016. If we could get this, I'd like to play long, targeting 4148, 4184 supply. This could offer a good opportunity to get short. Yeah, I'm going to wait until tomorrow. I think this is a key area of supply, and I think it can very well reject the market and sell it off. But I'm not comfortable shorting this 7 minutes before the close, and I don't want to hold it overnight. I just hope tomorrow it presents another opportunity. But yeah, I don't have a plan for it. I can't just get in because I see it moving down off of it, so I'm not going to do it. But this is a key area of supply, but I'm not going to chase it. Quick 40 points on micro NQ. Followed the plan perfectly. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, we got earnings. We got, what do we have? Meta and no, we just have Meta today for the big one. Tomorrow is Amazon and Apple. But again, this is a prediction and an opinion. This is not a valid trading thesis. And I'm not going to get in this trade just yet. But I think this 4148, 4184 area of supply can very well be a very good opportunity to short the market for a very large sell-off to the downside. I'll just leave it at that. But I can't get in right now. Just can't do it. I just can't do it. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm going to avoid it for now. But that's my thesis. This is a, yeah. Price precedes news. We rally into supply post FOMC. And then we sell off lower. This creates a high, as we've seen it happen in the past. But yeah, for sure. I don't have a plan for entering right now, so I can't do it. All right, I appreciate the market's going to close in 5 minutes. If you've listened this far, I would appreciate a thumbs up on this video. Let's hit that thumbs up button. If you guys enjoyed this, learned something from it, made money off of the trades, I would appreciate a thumbs up. I gave you the levels. I gave you the setups. It's up to you to execute. It's as simple as it's going to be. I cannot pull the buy or sell button for you. Pretty fried. How long was this? 2 hours and 15 minutes? All right, I'm going to hop off this. You all know my plan moving forward. I'm going to post my pre-market plan in the Discord tomorrow. I post these every single day. If you're a member, watch out for them. If you're not a member, check out the links in the description below. I appreciate all the support. I hope you all killed it today. Maybe I'll make a little recap. Maybe not. Maybe you could just go back and watch the stream. At one moment, I was telling you guys to not long this move up. Wait for consolidation. We got that consolidation. We moved up. And then another plan was if we could hold 4135, 4125, look to take the market long using 4148 supply as a target. We hit 4148 supply and very, very strong through this. And you could have capitalized on another 10 point, 15 point rally through that level. Again, join the Discord. Ethan said, appreciate you, Ethan. Joined the Discord yesterday, made it back plus double today. Awesome. Awesome. All right. I am going to hop off here. Going to go smoke a cigar or some shit because I'm pretty fried out right now. Hope you all learned something from it. Peace.